Coming up next on Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone podcast.
Again, to get to know each other. They're not going out to a place where there's no distraction or anything like that in an effort to find out what are your values, what are your points of view, how you view love, what do you intend to do in the next 10 days. No, it's not about that at all. It's about going out to fancy restaurants. It's about going to different countries. It's about going to Dubai and Paris and France. It's about going to expensive restaurants. It is about who could spend more money on you and all this type of foolishness that has nothing to do with the relationship itself. You see, the devil have us missing the mark. And she talking about sister circle. It sounds like witchcraft to me. That could never be a believer talking so. Could never be somebody submitted to Jesus Christ talking like that. I guarantee you. Guarantee you that.
Welcome to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone podcast. We are glad that you decided to join us today. This podcast focuses on reviewing topics like movies, music videos, audio clips, and even relationships. So sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone podcast. We are really glad that you have decided to join with us today, wherever you are, wherever you are, what time you are, whichever country you are. We are really, really glad to have you on this podcast. As we outlined in our introduction, we deal with relationships, we deal with music reviews, movie reviews. We have a couple movie reviews, but the reason why I haven't started the movie reviews yet is because I don't like spoilers. I am a big movie buff and I don't like spoilers at all. So I'm going to try to craftily do some movie reviews without giving out spoilers. All right, but in the meantime, we have another juicy, very controversial topic for us today. Today, we are going to be dealing with dating and the dating scam. All right, and just to give us some context in terms of what we are talking about today, I found this very interesting clip that I am about to show you. But before we get into that today, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to know that we have an online business that we would like you to partake in. All right, it is called O'Neill Teas, and we are able to make a little income to provide good quality broadcasts or podcasts for you all. I need to get better equipment, better lighting, better cameras. All right, and so that can only be done by you purchasing stuff from our online store. So to get more information on that, here is our O'Neill Teas promo. Take a listen.
Are you tired of wearing the same old boring clothes every day? Do you want to express your personality through your fashion choices? Look no further than O'Neill Teas, the brand new print-on-demand business initiated by Desborn O'Neill. At O'Neill Teas, we offer a wide variety of products to choose from, including classic t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops for ladies, mugs, exercise mats, and phone cases. And the best part? You can customize them with your own unique designs. Whether you want to showcase your favorite hobby, support your favorite sports team, or show off your love for your furry friend, O'Neill Teas has got you covered. And with our high-quality printing process, your designs will look vibrant and last for a long time. And the best part? You don't have to wait weeks for your order to arrive. Our print-on-demand process ensures that your product is printed and shipped to you quickly and efficiently. So what are you waiting for? Visit O'Neill Teas today and start designing your own custom clothing and accessories. With our wide range of products and easy-to-use design tools, the possibilities are endless. Plus, our commitment to customer satisfaction means that you can shop with confidence, knowing that we'll do everything we can to make sure you're happy with your order. O'Neill Teas, the perfect choice for anyone who wants to stand out from the crowd. Order now and experience the O'Neill Teas difference. Just click the link in the description.
All right, so there you have it. That's our O'Neill Teas online print-on-demand business. All right, and so that helps us to produce more content for you all, more great content with explosive energies and all of that. Okay, great. So um, we are taking a look today about on well, we're taking a look today on dating. Now, when me and my wife started dating, all right, I was blessed enough to have a young lady who didn't care about how much money I was making. She didn't care where we was going as long as we was going somewhere. She didn't care the value, the price, or anything like that. And I tell you, you do not find women like that at all. You do not find women like that at all, at all, at all. And maybe on one of these podcasts, she's going to join me and we're going to have a little tete a tete. All right. But in the meantime, um, looking at the whole dating issue, especially as it is these days, because my time and this time is different. I'm married now for 20 years. All right. In fact, next month, not next month, are we in July still? Okay. In the month of September, we're going to be celebrating 20 years, um, me and married. Or is it 19? One out of 32. All right. I know she's gonna get she's gonna knock me out for that. All right. But yeah, we've been married for a long time. We had some ups, we had some downs, but we are still together by God's amazing grace. And not much relationships, not much marriages last this long. All right. And so it starts out it's about the premise. It's about why you do what you do. And what I recognize today in these days is that there are a number of people that they're very narcissistic, however you want to pronounce it. Everybody is just concerned about what they can get out of it. All right. And let's to give you a little context in terms of how people view dating, all right, and their expectations. I want you to take a look at this particular clip. All right. So have a look at this.
I'm not spending money on expensive first dates. Ain't doing it. Ain't doing it.
To my fellow women, you have a right to set your own standards and expectations for what you deem an acceptable date. Welcome to Goddess Inner Circle. This is Tasha, Women's Empowerment Specialist, where we do women's empowerment. Over here, hit the plus sign, join the Goddess Inner Circle. Let's go ahead and get into this. It is your duty as a woman to do what makes you feel comfortable and safe in any situation with a man. Do not ever feel pressured to go out on dates that do not align to your values and your priorities. So let's be very clear on how to set standards for dates, irregardless of cost. The number one concern you have as a woman is safety, taste, security, comfort, ambiance, taste, rating, and the quality of the neighborhood and the quality of the restaurant or venue or any other situation.
All right, so she mentioned taste twice. All right, so my spidey senses done started tingle already. All right, now it could be that you're recording, they might make a little faux pas here and there, but the fact that she mentioned taste twice, my spidey senses done started tingle already. So let's hear what this inner circle lady here has to say.
Stick to your values and stick to your priorities. It's okay to be flexible, but only if they are in alignment with your priorities and values. What we're not going to do as women is we're not going to set our standards based off of what the average man makes, what the average man is willing to purchase or afford. And this is why I tell women that 99% of the men you do not need to be dating, especially women of our caliber. It's nothing for us to treat ourselves on awesome solo date experiences. It's not.
All right, so I want to say something here, and I'm going to pull back the clip just a little bit to prove my point there. All right, I'll pull it back right here. All right, listen to this again.
is we're not going to set our standards based off of what the average man makes, what the average man is willing to purchase or afford. And this is why I tell women that 99% of the men you do not need to be dating.
All right, so let's pause there one time. So if 99% of the men you do not need to be dating, it means then that you, if all the women takes her advice, I'm just doing simple maths here, if all the women around the world take her advice, then you will find that all the women around the world, all right, let's say 100%, is going to be going after 1% of the men, right? And if you do basic economics, if you have greater demand than supply, right? Because it's only 1% of the men, what is going to happen? Well, of course, price is going to go up. In other words, it becomes now a men's market where the man is going to be choosing, because now you have 100% of women going after 1% of men. And this young lady, she's not that bad looking, but this is what is very terrible here. She has given women bad advice. She's given women terrible advice. That's based on the maths. All right. Just based on maths alone, she's giving women bad advice. It means that you're going for a pie in the sky, right? So you are not going to go, you're an average woman, you're not going for what the average man. You want all women now to go after the 1% of men, and that is going to be highly improbable. You are creating a lot of heartaches and problems for women, because the fact of the matter is the 1% of men, the higher echelon of men, is not interested in the mass majority of women. There are few women that these guys will be interested in, and they're going to be interested in not their money, because they have money and they are providers, and women do not spend money on men in any case, generally speaking. I am not talking about the exception to the rule. I am making a generality. And if you pull up any statistics, it will prove my point. All right. So don't come at me with I know somebody. No. It always have somebody who wins the lottery. There's always somebody who gets somebody purchase a car for them. I saw a TikTok the other day. Somebody, a couple bought a car for a guy who delivers pizza. Does that happen to everybody? No, it doesn't happen to everybody, but that is the exception. Is it the rule though? That's what we have to look at. No, it is not the rule. So we have got to understand here that in the whole scheme of women, competition is fierce, because by and large, there are more women than men on the earth. Any particular country that you go to, there are more women than men. All right. As a matter of fact, this takes me back even to the Bible. When people ask, well, where Cain get his wife from? The maths was from since then. Eve was producing a lot of women children all the time. So when she did produce Cain and Abel, she said, I've gotten a man from the Lord. And she makes specific mention that she got a man from the Lord. All right. She didn't mention all the others before, because a man carries on the generation, not the woman. You could have a million women, nothing happening. But once you have the man carries on, all right, the generation. So when she made Cain and Abel, she said, finally, I've gotten a man from the Lord. And so when Cain killed his brother and God banished him, etc., he was able to find a wife because there were women outside there. So that's just a Bible study for you. But this woman here is giving very, very bad advice to women, because she is actually shortening your pool by all the women going after 1% of men. And so I totally disagree with this. And you might not agree with me, but simply do some maths. That's all I'm asking. This is not about religion. This is not about let's simply do some maths and see what you will come up with. And so she is creating greater competition for herself, because by and large, a lot of women, even the not even the 1%, let me go with the 10% of men. You might reach the 1%, but the 10% of men, that's going to be easy pickings for her, because she know that you ain't going to be even studying the average Joe. So women, there's always compete against each other. A woman would not give another woman good advice on how to get a man, because by and large, she is competing for the same men you are competing for. So why should she give you advice to take, to compete against her? Huh? Why she should make you better than her when all of them competing against the same thing? So this, very bad advice. Let's continue.
Especially women of our caliber. It's nothing for us to treat ourselves on awesome solo date experiences. It's nothing for us to go and have brunch with our sisters and our fellow women and spend money without questioning the cost, because we value happiness, companionship, relationship. We invest in things that we value. A man truly values a committed relationship and he's intentional about dating. He's not going to focus on the cost.
I totally disagree with that. 100% disagree with that. Because you don't know the man's pocket. And not every man has infinite pocket. And I don't know who she does be dating, who is the type of people who she does be going out with, and that kind of thing. But to say that to the average woman as well, you are creating a lot of problems. All right? You're creating a lot of problems. First of all, if somebody, now she is actually discrediting her own self, because she's saying that the guy should focus on, he should not be focusing on money, right? He should not be focusing on money, but he should be focusing on the relationship, and he should focusing on all of that. But then again, you're saying that you as a woman, you need to focus on the money. You need to focus on the expensive things that he bring in. You need to focus that. So he doesn't need to focus on that, but the woman is focusing on that. Ah, Lord have mercy. Creating bad advice again. And I did a podcast earlier on about the harlot and this spirit of harlotry that has taken over the whole world. And it means then that most dating we have these days is being governed by the spirit of a harlot. And for those who don't know what that is, Google it. All right. Basically, the harlot is only concerned about money. She's only concerned about getting the bag. She is only concerned about how much money she can get from an individual. The relationship is very much transactional. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue this.
He's going to equally value what you value as well. I'm getting right tired of men talking about what they're not paying for, what's too expensive, and not focusing on quality. And my message is for you men. If y'all don't want to pay for dates, you want to focus on cost, average salary, then you're not meant to date high caliber women. And that's on period. Leave us out of your conversations about the cost of dating and move on and go to women who accept those low quality dates.
So question, what is a high caliber woman? It's a high caliber woman, a woman who, let me say, she might be a doctor or a lawyer, and she makes $200,000. Is that a high caliber woman? According to the sexual marketplace and the dating marketplace, that is not a high caliber woman. Because men do not care how much money you make. Men do not care if you're the CEO of a business. Men do not care because you're not spending that money on us anyways. A high caliber woman is a woman who is submissive, who is feminine, who who listens, all right, who cares for her family, all right, I would even throw in the fact that she is humble, she's a woman of God, and allows the man to lead. All right. That, in my estimation, is a high caliber woman. All right. Not a woman who is loud and demanding. As a matter of fact, most often these type of women are associated, if you check the Bible, these types of women are associated with harlots. That's why the Apostle Paul, speaking to Timothy, I think in First Timothy somewhere there, he said, don't allow these women to talk at all. All right. Let them submit to their own husbands. Right. Let the man be ruling over them, because that spirit of harlotry, we're not dealing with it. And that is what we are having today. We are having a whole lot of this harlot thing that is controlling the entire world, including our dating service or the dating system. And that's why we have so much of problems. So I am telling you, this woman is giving very terrible advice. The second thing that I want to draw your attention to is this. Let's have a look at Luke chapter number 14, verses 28 to 30. She says that the man should not be considering cost. He should not be considering cost. He should not be considering cost. And let me pull back the clip. That's for you to hear that. All right. Right, let me pull back the clip.
Equally value what you value as well. I'm getting right tired of men talking about what they're not paying for, what's too expensive, and not focusing on quality. And my message is for you men. If y'all don't want to pay for dates, you want to focus on cost, average salary, then you're not meant to date high caliber women. And
all right. So if the guy is only concerned about cost, well, let me see what Jesus Christ have to say about this. And there is not a woman, not a single woman on this earth has more say than Jesus Christ himself. All right. Let's see what Jesus Christ has to say about the matter. Right. Luke chapter number 14, verses 28 to 30. The New King James Version says, for which one of you intending to build a tower, let's put build a tower in parentheses there, and let's say create a project. In this case, the project is dating. So let's see, which one of you intending to carry a woman on a date does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to do what carry her on the date, lest he first hires a Uber and everything like that, lays the foundation, and when he reaches and they don't eat and everything, they bring the check for him, and then he recognizes, wait now, I don't have money for this. All right. All who see him in the restaurant will begin to mock him, saying, this man began to take this woman on a date and he was not able to pay for it. So what Christ says, count the cost. For which one of you intending to build up towers, I say, carry a woman on a date, whatever project it is, does not sit down first and count the cost. This is a biblical principle, men, that we have to follow. And do not let women like these try to make you feel like you're less than because you are an average man making an average salary. And let nobody make you feel less than because this is what you have. As a matter of fact, let them keep stepping. They don't appreciate you. There is always somebody who will appreciate you. And just to let you know, men, as we get older, we increase in value. Women, when they get older, they decrease in value. Remember that. So let's continue.
That's on period. Leave us out of your conversations about the cost of dating and move on and go to women who accept those low quality dates.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely crazy. And this is the type of information that is being peddled out there. And as I said, I wanted to go back and look at my previous podcasts that dealt with the whole spirit of harlotry and why our dating system is flawed, because the programming that was originally given to us has a virus, all right, that is causing things to go out of whack. So people are not dating each other again to get to know each other. They're not going out to a place where there's no distraction or anything like that in an effort to find out what are your values, what are your points of view, how you view love, what do you intend to do in the next 10 days. No, it's not about that at all. It's about going out to fancy restaurants. It's about going to different countries. It's about going to Dubai and Paris and France. It's about going to expensive restaurants. It is about who could spend more money on you, and all this type of foolishness that has nothing to do with the relationship itself. You see, the devil have us missing the mark. And she talking about sister circle. It sounds like witchcraft to me. That could never be a believer talking so. Could never be somebody submitted to Jesus Christ talking like that. I guarantee you. Guarantee you that.